it's such a perk to have that individualistic mentality that, you know, whatever I want to do, I could dream it and I can do it,
Yeah.
right? I can accomplish it, and I'm gonna try and then create my own adventure. If you're just swimming with the stream with everybody else, then you have the same experience, have the same insight, have the same as everybody else, and you're gonna live the same life as everybody else.
Exactly.
But it's this very American thing where it's like you go venture off on your own and do things that nobody else has done and create, and that's so exciting. Having lived in Asia, having lived here, kind of traveled different, seeing different cultures, I really like this whole individualism aspect. There's a lot of flaws to it. There's a lot of flaws for us. If a whole society of people are all full of that. Some things are extremely inefficient. But for the individual itself, going through life, being independent and being able to have the will and the ability and the confidence to just kind of solve things on your own, that's pretty nice. What would you say is something that, if somebody else who's not independent at all, if somebody who's just constantly relying on others, what advice would you give them?
I feel like you have to believe in yourself. Like, I think it's like you definitely have to have some sort of like inner fortitude of some kind, you know, and energy. Like, you can't expect everyone to do everything for you. But also I'd like wonder, like, don't you want to do things by yourself? Like, don't you want to see what you can do? Because it's a mystery. It's exciting. At least to me, it's like I want to know like the limit of my abilities, because there's got to be something that you want to do that you're not doing right now, you know. Like,
you have to chase it.
You have to do something, and also it's like that's an adventure, you know. Like, I think that's part of individualism. It's like you have to make your own adventures.
One reason why the US is so high on the rank of individualism is because how much we value freedom. I thought it was completely bizarre that in the US, once the kid turns 18, they're out of the house.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the craziest thing for the longest time.
Yeah.
But more and more so, I see the wisdom, the value in it, right? Because you let the child make their own decisions, you encourage them to make their decisions, and you're still there as a support role, but you're not like dictating, and you're definitely not limiting and putting expectations that hold them down.
Yeah.
But you enable them to be more free, to encourage this kind of individualistic, because the world is tough, right? And anything might happen at any time, and what if the parents are not there anymore and they have to just learn everything on their own?
Right.
How much better they would be if they already have the tools and skills to be able to survive on their own.
Right.
And so, you know, as crazy as it is, just like they're a kid, but they're out making crazy decisions that's gonna affect the rest of their life, but letting them do that, be the support, and encourage them and help their dreams come true. But letting the kid do it themselves. And I think that starts at a very young age, right? If a kid comes up to you and says, oh, my toy is broken. If you just go like, oh, mommy will fix it for you, and just fix the toy and give it back to them, then any problem they have, to just bring it to mommy. But instead it's like, oh, it's broken, let's see why. Oh, the wheel fell off. Let's see if we can put it back on. Do you think it will work? Oh, it does work, right? And then now you fixed it. Good job. So helping them see problems, identify problems, solve problems, and identify their passion and help them plan the steps to make it happen, and then letting them rejoice and celebrating with them. I think that part of parenting fosters that kind of individualism, and I think that is such a great virtue to have. Individualism is very much a Western, you know,
For sure.
virtue. Harmony is the core Eastern virtue that people in the West don't really talk about. The way I would define it is, the picture that I kind of want to paint is, think back to when you were 8 years old. You're at your home. Mom is doing something in the kitchen, preparing dinner. Dad is watching TV. The dog is just laying on the ground. The tail is wagging, hitting the floor. Your siblings is just upstairs, you know, doing their crafts. Everybody is kind of doing their thing, but everybody's home. Everybody is home. There's no major conflict. There's plans ahead. Everybody's doing their thing. And you hear the sound, you smell the food, and you are just reading a book. That is harmony. That is what people in the East value so much about harmony. Now, you value it too much, it leads to problems, right?
Sure.
It leads to, okay, you don't want to, you know, rock the boat. If there's a problem, you never want to address it. You kind of sugarcoat everything. and you don't create change because you want to maintain status quo, that obviously creates different problems and maybe leads to less innovation and whatnot. Harmony is very much so maintaining the ties, maintaining the hum of life, and everybody is living kind of cohesively all together. And it's not to say there's no problems, but everybody kind of works together, recognizes it, and thrives. I think that is the aspiration, that is the goal. And I feel like if you focus too much on individualism in the West, you lose out on it. And then if you focus on it for too long, you end up living a lonely, solitary life. This last one is fun. How to get the love that you want. Everybody wants love and appreciation. Everybody wants that from everybody around them, right? So how do you get it, right? And so much of us go through most of our life trying to please others so that we can get it. Some people need it more than others. Some people are very much like, oh, I don't really care. I'm just gonna do my own thing. But, they still inevitably do want and need it from certain individuals, right? Parents, their significant others. So how do you get the love and get the respect? And I think that obviously depends on what person it is, but learning how to do that well and like strategically thinking through and then getting it makes your life just that much better.
Do you get greeted that way? Everywhere you go?
Of course, no, no. But certain people have said that somehow, wherever I go, I tend to get more than others for whatever reason. And somehow people just help in different capacity in different ways. And I don't really know why, but here's the study, right? Everybody have needs just as much as they have a desire for love. If you can fulfill and play a role in other people's lives, then you will more likely get the respect and get the love that you want, right? And so being able to see and identify and read people is so important. It's not just so you know psychology better, but if you see, oh, this person has a savior complex, this person is always helping and saving people, they need to be needed. That is their diet. That is what makes their existence meaningful and fulfilling. So by you never asking them for help actually harms that relationship. I had to learn this the hard way.
Really?
Yeah, it was painful.
Really?
Somebody just loves helping, but I didn't want to trouble them. So I didn't ask for their help multiple times, and they thought I just hated them. And I'm like,
what?
You're right, it's a very twisted way of thinking on both people's ends, right? On the flip side of that, some people need a lot of help, right? They just constantly are asking for help. But if you can be the giver and help them, then you are able to build another great relationship. Connect with others based on their value system. You could try to make yourself as handsome, as eloquent, as polished, as wealthy. They might still not care at all. In fact, it might even turn them away, right? Because all this time you're focusing on yourself makes you seem selfish, egotistical, and so they don't care about that. But you spend a little bit of time with them, right? Drink a little coffee during the break room, and make a world of difference, right? A gentle tap on the shoulder, right? Like, it means so much.
And that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening and subscribing. Subscribe now. We're so happy to have you and look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.